What's up, everybody? Happy Saturday. Dustin Starr here with the live reaction. My phone is blowing up because tomorrow here live at the WrestleCenter, Jerry the King Lawler will be live. Not only is he going to be here for our meet and greet and our VIP experience, but the King is going to take part in multiple episodes of Memphis Wrestling. And as you can see, we're already decked out. We've got it all set up for Santa Claus because he will be here as well. We have a loaded lineup. Shane Russell, Lance Russell's son, is coming to Memphis Wrestling, and he's coming to meet the fans and also celebrate Christmas with the King. So hello, everybody. Dustin Starr here, episode 248 as we approach the heels, fresh on the heels of Milestone 250, which is going to be taped tomorrow right here at the WrestleCenter as well. So huge taping coming up. Tickets are pretty much sold out. I think we have like 2 just straight tickets out there in the general admission. Everything else is sold solid. You guys can get a meet and greet ticket and come and holler at the King while he's here. It's going to be awesome. Shane Russell's going to be here. The King will be here. King Cobra, Derek King, Marco Stunt. They'll all be a part of our big meet and greet and our VIP experience tomorrow. So get those tickets, memphiswrestling.tv. Eddie Kane Main's in the house. Jeffrey Allred is here. Dustin, what an ending. Oh, my gosh. Psycho Simon. I know some fans are not going to like the fact that it's a no-rules match and it ended the way that it did. But, I mean, this is beyond wrestling. The pile driver has been banned. The pile driver has been banned for many years here at Memphis Wrestling. If you remember, Derek King is the reason that it was banned in the first place when he pile drove Tiger Joe on our program. So you go back and check that out. Absolutely banned. It looks like Psycho Simon. I mean, he could potentially be stripped of that championship. He could be suspended indefinitely. He could be fired. I mean, the pile driver is a serious thing, and it doesn't happen here in Memphis. So that's why that match was stopped. And just waiting to hear what happens with Psycho Simon. And I hope that Ray Sanders is okay, because that's one reason why the pile driver is banned. And Psycho Simon weighing 350 plus pounds, Ray Sanders probably not even cracking 200 pounds. And there's no excuse because Ray Sanders knew what he was getting into, but that move is banned. And that's why the match was stopped. So, but yeah, what an ending. Ray Sanders, nearly the hero that Memphis Wrestling needed on Thanksgiving weekend and also Thanksgiving Day. This episode will air on Thanksgiving Day, and his family's going to watch that and see the devastating attack from Psycho Simon. So I saw Memphis Wrestling rolled out the red carpet for the King. Oh, yeah, Eddie Kane May and I am here at the WrestleCenter right now, and Abby is actually here. She's helping with some VIP lanyards. My Maria was in here last week decorating trees. We are nearly ready. And we did roll out the red carpet. If you guys are members on Members Only, then you saw that. If not, go ahead and join. What's wrong with you? Here, let me put this in the chat. You guys can join Members Only right there. Also, of course, Members Only coming up, where I go behind the scenes and answer all your questions. That's coming up at some point as well. Main Event Ben, what's up, Dustin? Can you provide an update on Ray Ray? Hopefully we'll have an update on Ray Ray either at tomorrow's event or on television next week. I do know that he's under concussion protocol, and of course he's got injuries to his neck and his head. So that's basically all we know. Typical. Autism Elite's in the house. Thomas Hallett's in the house. El Juggalo. Whoop, whoop. Oh yeah. We need a Members Only to talk about Simon. Oh, we could talk about Simon for days on Members Only. Eddie Kane, man, your facial expressions were hilarious when you're interviewing Blaylock. That was, man. All right. So somebody was talking about those Twinkies. Somebody threw a Twinkie. And I want to say it hit me right in the hand because it almost hit Jimmy in the face. And one of the things, like Buddy Jones and Brandon, everybody's like, okay, yeah, throw the Twinkies, get him, but don't hit him in the face, and you can't throw them while they're wrestling. That's the thing. That's very dangerous. And so, man, this one, it went right to the face, and I was like, and I'm looking for Buddy Jones over there because I was pretty sure it was him. But anyways, Twinkies come flying, brother. In regards to the pile driver, I really need to address this. You really need to teach wrestlers how to protect themselves from the pile driver. Yeah, I'll get right on that, El Juggalo. Why don't you teach them how to take a pile driver, brother? Autism Elite, glad the Marco Stunt is now a manager license. He does. What about that? Marco Stunt says he's acquired his manager's license, and he's looking for somebody to represent. And my question is, who? Who will Marco represent? How crazy is this? Marco announces his retirement. He did this on Busted Open, announces his retirement on Memphis Wrestling in front of his friends and family right here at the WrestleCenter, and then turns around and says, but his quest and professional wrestling is not over just yet. I love it. So Marco Stunt getting a managerial license here at Memphis Wrestling should be good. Eddie K-Man says, I like the new camera angle at the commentary desk. I love it. I think it's awesome. It keeps me on my toes too, because, you know, me and Maria, we'll battle back and forth sometimes. So maybe you guys get a little bit of that action. El Juggalo, I'm friends with the son of a wrestler and the 2 moves that wrestlers need to talk to protect themselves. Yeah, we got that, El Juggalo. We are a training facility here. We wouldn't do it if we didn't know how to do it, brother. But even when you do know how to do it, very, very dangerous moves, especially anything where you're landing on your head. Power bombs, razor's edge, even DDTs going straight on top of your head. Those are very, very dangerous moves. Thomas Lemon's in the house. Yellow Merced Daddy. Autism Elite says 250. That's 1/4 of 1,000. Okay, cool. Yeah, 250. Milestone 250 will be recorded right here tomorrow at the WrestleCenter. It's huge. We're going to record Milestone 250. Then we've got 251. And then with 252 is Christmas with the King. So that's how it's going to go down. And I'll go on Facebook here in just a little bit for those of you who are Facebook friends of mine. Join me on Facebook here in a little bit, and we'll talk a little more detail about the VIP. CJ Blaine had the WrestleCenter rock in this episode. He sure did, man. CJ Blaine, the high-flying Maine, always has something good. Thomas Hallett, Laney Luck become the WWE ID Women's Champion on Monday, and Maxine Dupree's the new Intercontinental Champion. That's very cool. Love that. Don't know much about the ID program at this point. It feels like that they are, I don't know, regrouping and reshuffling the deck. That was kind of random, right? They had just a bunch of people in a match for a women's championship, and none of them had contracts or something. I don't know what they're doing. Patrick Moore says, great show. Thank you, brother. Is the pile driver's rule a throwback to the original Memphis Wrestling? It is, but also if you go back and you watch early episodes of Memphis Wrestling, Derek King pile drove Tiger Joe, who was not a wrestler, put him in a neck brace, put him out. There was a big deal about it. Derek King was suspended for it. And it was outlawed. It was banned. So it's not just something like you get disqualified from. This move is actually banned here in Memphis Wrestling. And so that was the big deal about that. Jeffrey Allred says Marco should manage Bobby Ford. He has potential. That's a good one too. Autism Elite says, hope that Memphis Wrestling gets to 1,000 episodes. Me too. Main Event Ben, what about Business Dogs becoming another father-son tag team champion? Yeah, that's almost been swept under the rug because of the attack from Slaughterhouse. But the Business Dogs are the Memphis Wrestling Tag Team Champions. Will they be able to defend those titles here tomorrow? Will they square off against Slaughterhouse here tomorrow? We're going to have to find out. But yeah, father-son tag team. That's not the first father-son tag team in this rendition of Memphis Wrestling either. I'll give bonus points to whoever knows who the first father-son tag team was. El Juggalo says, I've seen a few wrestlers do variations of the pile driver, as well as Kevin Steen. Owens often uses a safer version called the package pile driver. If you think the package pile driver is any safer than a regular pile driver, then you are crazy, El Juggalo. That is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. If anything, it's probably more dangerous. Go back and look at that and come back and report to me because, yeah, it's way more dangerous. Out of respect for Ray Sanders and his sacrifices, I will refrain from praising Simon on his performance. Oh, that's so sweet of you. Ray Sanders, going from our first ever trainee, then being a security guard, then being a referee, which he refereed some high-profile matches, then became Hollywood Jimmy's personal referee in the Clique, then became a wrestler and fought against the Clique, then was with Derek King, his trainer and, mentor, and won the tag team titles. Ray Sanders has had such a wild run here in Memphis Wrestling, leading up to the main event here on our Thanksgiving Throwdown, and to be pile-driven by Psycho Simon. I'll tell you, that sucks is what that is. Power Man's in the house. I'm doing good. How about you? Eddie K-Man says, looks to me like Aaron Roberts might be turning face. There's definitely some tension going on with the new wave. So stay tuned for next week. Autism Elite says, I do hope Jerry Lawler's medically cleared for an appearance. I don't even know what this means. You hope Jerry Lawler's medically cleared for an appearance. Jerry Lawler will be here tomorrow. He is medically cleared for an appearance. Never forget September 20 when he had a heart attack in 2012, bro. Look, Jerry Lawler will be here at the WrestleCenter tomorrow. I don't even know what this means. Would you believe that Nixie XS was in a tournament for the title on Monday? I know, that's what I'm saying. It was so random how WWE ID just rushed this whole – I don't even know. I mean, it was barely even announced. So, yeah. Hey, Dustin Starr, it's me, the Hassanator, Frankie Willis. What's up, Frankie? How are you? Big Mains are back. What about that? Big John Dalton comes out and apologizes? And it works? Big man's in action next week. Tag team champions or Slaughterhouse. Somebody better be watching out. Francis Willis, thank you, brother. I really appreciate that. Is Cobra in charge of disciplining in Memphis Wrestling? I think a suspension or stripping the belt from Simon will be giving him the easy way out. He needs to get his comeuppance in the ring. I don't disagree with that. And I think Cobra does have something to do with the punishments, but also, of course, the championship committee as well. And I would only imagine that this is not going to be good for Psycho Simon. Eddie K. Mansu says the tombstone pile driver is the safest. I really honestly don't know that there's a safe way to do the pile driver. When you have a grown man upside down, dropping him on his head, there's really no – I've taken many a pile driver from Jerry the King Lawler, and I was much bigger and in much better shape than King. So I always wondered, will he drop me on my head? So that was always a thing. Autism Elite, they're Rey Mysterio and Dominic Mysterio before Dom and the bad guy. Hi, Dustin. You're awesome. Thank you, Andrew. Appreciate that. Jeffrey Allred, did you throw the Twinkie, Buddy Jones? Fess up, brother. Oh, man, there was a Twinkie that zinged right past us, man. Thank you, Power Man. I appreciate that. Andrew says, I hope Psycho Simon gets fined and stripped of the Heritage Championship for pile driving Ray Sanders. I kind of agree with Buddy Jones. You know, I mean, I hate to say it, but I would love to see Psycho Simon finally meet somebody that could beat his ass. That would be great. But I don't know if I want him stripped of it. Been hearing that JCW is going to have a free taping in Detroit. Matt Cardona is possibly going to be pulling double duty today's GCW Dream On. That sounds good. Bo says, imagine the karma DK must be experiencing after seeing his protege take the same move he once recklessly used on Tiger King. Dude, what about Derek having to sit there and watch his buddy get his ass beat just like he did last year? And what about it all coming full circle 1 year later? Francis Willis, I hope that Maya World will be going up against NXT XS later this week. I'm not sure. What about the spear? The spear from Slaughterhouse? Or the spear being dangerous? The spear is probably more dangerous to the person giving it because he can get DDT'd into the mat. Love seeing Zaya Wolf choke Jimmy Blaylock and help the Business Dogs win the tag team championships. They deserve it. I love that. I'd love to see Zaya Wolf one-on-one with Jimmy Blaylock. Are you kidding me? Congratulations on Marco Stunt getting his manager license. Can't wait to see who he represents. Francis, again, I hope that Julia Hart and Sky Blue from AEW make their debut for Memphis Wrestling. It's not on the books. Stay tuned. I think tomorrow's the taping I'm most excited since day one of Memphis Wrestling. Yes, it's a long time coming. Jerry the King Lawler is coming to the WrestleCenter for the first time ever. And we have a Thanksgiving Day time slot on WMC TV5, the original Channel 5. And then on Christmas Day, Christmas with the King, once again on Channel 5. It's going to be awesome. Mike Anthony versus Psycho Simon. We haven't seen Mike in a minute. Where's he at? Twinkies aren't as good as they used to be. Pile driver's great. That Psycho Simon pile driver is a classic move. Yeah, whatever. Andrea says, hey, Dustin, how do you feel about AJ Lee and Becky Lynch joining the Women's War Games? Did they join the Women's War Games? I thought they were going one-on-one. I watch your wrestling, WWN, MLW, and MPW. Well, we appreciate putting us on the list there, Power Man. I got a couple of minutes, and then I got to get to work like Abby is over there. I did not throw the Twinkie. There's no cream on my hands. Watch the tape. Jimmy Blaylock's hand went back and to the left. And there was a second thrower. Oh, my gosh. I looked over, and I want to say Buddy Jones was hiding. He's like hiding behind somebody. I'm like, son of a. Be ready, Buddy Jones. Tomorrow at Slamsgiving. Pay attention. It's going down. We're not going to smash your tables or anything. Text me if you get a second. Hope there's a future client wrestle with Sean Harvey he can intervene on. There was a brawl past Monday. Okay. Hope that Big Bill and Brian Keith, AEW, make their debut. Okay, we'll see. Actually, you know what? A funny thing is if you guys ever talk to Brian Keith, I have sent Brian Keith numerous messages to come do the bounty hunter gimmick, and he is not – I guess he doesn't need the money. Monday Night Raw was in New York City. The King's coming home to Memphis Wrestling, keeping tradition alive. Yes, Slamsgiving. If you show up early, well, maybe I shouldn't be inviting people to Buddy Jones or the Wild Side family Slamsgiving, but yeah, it's going to go down in the parking lot. What's up, Jason Freeman? How are you? Twinkies could be Memphis' own. Who pied Kevin Owens? Awesome. Happy Thanksgiving weekend, Jason Freeman. All right, I got a couple more minutes. If you guys have something in particular you want to talk about, if there's something on today's show that you want to discuss or a storyline or anything like that, if you want to talk about tomorrow and what's going down and what's going to happen, Just put that all in the comments there. We got just a couple more minutes. My energy battery is on. My energy saver battery. Is there other guys you'll bring in as coaches? We bring a lot of people in as coaches. And essentially, Marco Stunt is a coach. I mean, a guy that has done a lot in this business now can pass that information on to the trainees here at the WrestleCenter. Dustin, what are you excited? I'm not really excited about Full Gear. Probably won't see it, but I would watch it. I just probably won't pay for it on pay-per-view. What up, bro? Is there a kids camp on Christmas break? No, Mark, there's not, man. We've got one coming up Monday and Tuesday. I reached out to your dad about it. I think you're going to be out of town. Buddy Jones is hilarious. Of course, CWFR Championship from Reading is coming. Okay, cool. Everybody's invited to Slamsgiving except for Jimmy Blaylock. We don't have enough food. Oh, my God, I'm dead. You just killed me. I'm dead. All right, guys, I'm going to be going live on Facebook here in just a little bit. I appreciate you guys joining me for the live reaction. It was awesome. Thanksgiving weekend and Thanksgiving Day. Ray Sanders was this close to being the hero that Memphis Wrestling needed, but Psycho Simon had to pile drive poor Ray Sanders and put him out. Good luck tomorrow and tell the King welcome home. You should be here and tell him yourself, Christopher. Derail with Kevin. What's up, brother? How are you? Welcome to the live reaction. How do you feel about Maxine Dupree and the new Women's Intercontinental Champion? I love it. I thought it was great. I don't know where you can get WWN. Honestly, I'm pretty hyped for Pro Wrestling Unplugged tonight. Going to have a 4-way main event. Sounds pretty good. JP Grayson, yeah, he's been doing great. Pray for Ray Sanders. Psycho Simon pound drive him on the chair. Man, hope Ray Sanders is okay. That was scary. The rail with Kevin. I'll see you there, brother. Can't wait. It's going to be awesome. Get here early. Meet and greets at 11:30. Yeah, he's late, isn't he? I hope the NXT Superstars will be making their debut for Memphis Wrestling. Bring them on. Let's do it. All right, everybody. I am Dustin Starr. Thank you for joining me here on the live reaction of episode 248. I will see you here live tomorrow at the Memphis Wrestling WrestleCenter featuring Jerry the King Lawler in Milestone 250 and Christmas with the King. We've got 3 big episodes that we're recording here tomorrow. Meet and greet is going to be from 11:30 to 1:30. Bell time is 1:30 sharp. Ghost River will have ice cold Ghost River brew in the house. Lenny's will have their Lenny's Mile High Turkey Sandwiches here, and you can get a combo. So very, very good stuff all happening here tomorrow. You'll be able to meet and take a picture with Santa Claus right here where I'm sitting in the front door. And then you head through, you'll see King Cobra, you'll see Shane Russell, and you'll see Jerry the King Lawler. And it's all going down tomorrow right here at the WrestleCenter. You guys have a happy Thanksgiving if I don't see you between now and then. Can't wait to see Jerry Lawler tomorrow. Oh, yeah. All right, guys. I will see you later. Dustin Starr, say so long, everybody. Oh, yeah.